I 100% called this. I warned you guys. I told you guys this was gonna happen. In the color reveal video, you guys either commented like, wow, dude, that looks really good. I didn't think it was gonna look so good. Like, I love it. Or absolutely just hate this color. You think it looks like primer. You think it's not done. You think there's a lot of work that needs to get done to it. And I'm sorry for you guys. Please don't leave. Please still love me. We have a lot of good content coming. Maybe one day I'll change the color of this car and you know, spice it up a little bit for you guys, but for now this is it. Hopefully it grows on you guys, because like I honestly really love it, and I think maybe it's like a color you need to see in person to love more. But before we get into today's video, I need you guys to vote on something. So I bought yellow headlight tint from Wish. Where else? You can see it sneaking up right in the back. I was gonna put the yellow headlight tint on this. I thought it would look really good with the gray, just to give you guys like an example. That's what it would look like on the gray, right? But I seem to be the only one who thinks it will look really good. Like Emerson, Morgan, and Courtney all tell me we should just leave the blue, because the blue, I get what they're saying. The blue makes it pop. The blue brings brightness to what is kind of a flat gray. It makes it look like newer. Like, you know when you look at a car and you just know its age? The blue headlights make this car look a little bit newer, a little bit cleaner. But what I want you guys to do is vote on if you think I should still tint those headlights yellow. So I'll show you the headlights, what they look like blue. For those of you guys that like haven't seen the reveal video or don't really know what we're talking about, that's what they look like blue. In person, they really don't capture the same way as they do on camera. On camera, they just look like big white blobs, but you can kind of see what I'm saying. Like, it looks honestly really clean and blue. I am a huge fan of it. I don't by any means hate this and want to change it. I just already have the tint. So there's a vote up here. Go vote and let me know. Anyways, once you guys voted, I think it's time to get into today's video. Today what we're going to be doing is putting in two things that are either gonna work or may set fire. So we have a turbo blanket from Wish, of course. $22 is what I spent on this. Now it is supposed to be a T4 turbo blanket. Will it fit? Will it be too big? Will it go up in flames? Probably. It looks almost like a hat, like a helmet or something. And then it just came with like 2 springs. Turbo blanket was 22 bucks on Wish, which isn't bad. I think that's pretty good. And then the second thing that we have here, which I realized after I ordered it and after I started looking into the whole how to wrap your downpipe and stuff, I did not really get that much. I paid $13 and we got this teeny tiny little roll of heat wrap for the SIP. I don't know much about turbo blankets or heat wrap, but I do know that these things kind of just need to work because they're on a very hot place, and if they don't do their job, they will just burn. So today we're gonna put on this turbo blanket, we're gonna put on this heat wrap, and we're gonna go for a nice boost. Now we're gonna see if, you know, these things work. I've been wanting to take some photos of the Civ, and today's a beautiful day. So I figured today we can put this stuff on and then drive out to the location where I want to take photos, give it a chance to go through a little bit of a heat cycle, see if it works, see if it blows up. Basically what we want to do here, there's one reason we want to heat wrap the downpipe, and that's because the oil drain line from the turbo, remember this is the CX Racing turbo kit, completely not designed, just kind of pieced together, right? The oil drain line, and you guys can see it right here, that's the oil drain line, and it comes off the turbo, runs down, almost touches the downpipe, and then goes into the oil pan down there at the bottom. We've drove this car pretty far. Like, I've drove this car all the way down to Vancouver and back. Like, we've boosted this car quite a lot, and there's really been no issues so far with the oil drain line being that close to the downpipe. But there's not even like any kind of melting or anything happening, which is really, really good. So we just want to keep it that way, and we want to be able to go on like a confident road trip. Like, if I want to take this thing on a road trip, I want to be able to do it with confidence. I don't want to have to worry. So we're gonna heat wrap the downpipe, and if anything, we're just gonna try and focus on that area right there where it almost touches the oil drain line. I don't know much about, like I said, heat wrapping or anything, but a lot of people, when I was watching videos today on how to do this properly, they were soaking this stuff in water first, claiming that it makes it easier to, you know, work with. I apologize if I don't do this properly, but I'm gonna soak this in water. I don't know. See if it does anything. That's awesome. This bolt just snapped right inside the turbo. Awesome! Literally, this is supposed to be this long. And now it's not, because half of it is inside the hot side of the turbo. Okay, so I sprayed some penetrating fluid just on the actual little piece of stud that's left, if I can get a focus. Mess with that guy in a little bit and see if I can get him off. Honestly, it's a really stupid problem to have, and I can't believe that like broke inside the turbo. Like, there's just no good reason for that to have happened, so. Oh, look at that, a little blue water. Well, it's like a little bit softer. I mean, I think the main point is it'll stretch a lot better. Like, you can see it stretching with just 2 fingers, like when I'm pulling it. it's moving a little bit, whereas before it was like super rigid and hard to move. So worst case, it did absolutely nothing and it still works perfectly fine. First things first, I'm just gonna like clean up the actual downpipe. It's probably better to wrap it and do all this stuff when it's brand new and it's not covered in crap, but that's not our case. And this is, remember, a CX Racing downpipe, so it is a little bit lesser quality and it is kind of already getting a little ugly. I think I should have enough to start kind of up at the top and get my way down at least to about here, which is all I really need to do. And then it came with a couple like metal band clamps, which we will use to just kind of secure the heat wrap on the downpipe, I guess. I don't really know how these work. First one, basically I'm just gonna wrap it around itself, the first one right up here at the top. I'm just gonna go around one full circle around the O2 sensor to try and get it to kind of go over itself so that it can hold onto itself. Oh man, I just realized it's pooched right at the top. Oh, we gotta start again. The way these bolts and everything go into this downpipe, it's like super close right here. And if I layer this out too far, I'm worried that I might not be able to get the bolt to seal properly. So I guess it's kind of a good thing that I messed up. I'm gonna start just right after the O2 sensor. Take one of these. Are you serious? How big do you think a downpipe is? The metal clamp doesn't even go around. Just the downpipe itself. This is what happens when you buy parts on Wish. Also, for reference, this is 5 meters of heat wrap, and it got me about a foot of downpipe. Basically, it came with 4 of these, and then I'm just like inserting one into the other, and then inserting them both around here. I know it's not the nicest thing ever, but it works. There it is, the Wish heat wrap. It actually looks really sick in the blue, especially because we're going with the blue theme. I'm super hyped on it.
A broken bolt inside of a hole. How? On what? Like what type of metal?
Well, inside the turbo. Well, there's a little bit sticking out, but I can't get it to move. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Basically, Emerson said all the same things I've already tried. I've been trying to do this off camera. It's in a stupid place, I can't really show you. Basically, I sprayed penetrating fluid. I've like whacked it a little bit to try and like shock it loose. Like I've just done this. And then I'm basically just gonna grab it with vice grip super tight, try and see if I can't make it come off. Oh my god, we got it. Look at you. Broke off inside my turbo. Who do you think you are? So this thing was sticking out this much. It literally broke with this much threads inside the turbo. At least we did it though. Thank God we did that. I was honestly, this whole time I was being positive for the video, but like I was like, dude, we really pooched this. Like this is gonna be like a task getting this bolt out, because bolts never come out like that. So I have to wash the blood off of my hands. I gotta go pick up a new bolt, I guess. I feel it's worth noting, I changed the color of my RF key tag to a nice silver and black instead of the red and black. Looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Also, I've been like, my hands have been really itchy and like kind of prickly, and I was like, what the hell did I rub or touch or something that had like metal in it? There's fiberglass in both the turbo blanket and in the heat wrap. So do not do this stuff without gloves on. We're gonna slap everything back together. Putting the turbo blanket on shouldn't be that hard. And then we can see what happens. Okay, everything under here is nice and tightened up. I got all my fresh hardware. Holding the downpipe on right here. Honestly, I think we did a perfect placement with this, because I know we didn't start it right at the top, but it comes down and it just passes where that oil drain line is, and then it stops. So I think that placement alone is perfect. I know it's gonna be kind of awkward to see. It's just in a really stupid place. This turbo blanket looks like it's way too big, because usually there's like a lot of tension between these two tabs, but they seem to be pretty close together already. And that kind of leaves like this big diaper in the front. Dude, I honestly cannot believe I just made that work. Okay, check this out. Check out what I did. On this side, you can't even see the spring, but the spring is like right in there and it holds these two together. All nice. This side, I literally got them so close I used a washer. And now they can't pull apart. I had to like bend them all together and kind of like link them in. But now no matter which one moves, like they're pulled really tight. Like you can't get that washer off, But that's how close I got them. So the spring is like a couple inches long, and that washer is obviously not. And that's what we're gonna try, I guess. I don't know much about turbo blankets. I know that it's just to control the heat and whatever. Obviously, it's supposed to be able to withstand a pretty high heat temperature if you're gonna be putting it around a hot turbo right beside a hot engine. I'm pretty sure Wish probably just sells generic ones. Wish probably says this is a T4. Probably doesn't even matter which one you click. You probably get the same turbo blanket. But I got it on there. I got the downpipe wrapped. What we can do is start it up. It's gonna need time to like steam, I guess, like evaporate all the water from the downpipe. Then I'm gonna go pick up a fire extinguisher on the way to the location that I wanna go shoot some photos. So let's see how these hold up. That wasn't a very confident, let's see how these hold up. Okay, so the car just started running and you can already see some evaporation happening on there, which is perfectly fine. It's just because we soaked it. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I know buying a fire extinguisher isn't really necessary, but if you consider the fact that we built this entire car on Wish, and most of these parts probably aren't up to standards with safety. I mean, they very well might be, but like that turbo blanket, for instance, if someone just built that to sell it as a turbo blanket, there's a high probability if it's not made right and it's on a very hot turbo, it can go up in flames. So I'm just gonna get a fire extinguisher just to be safe. And I feel like as a car guy, and this has become my career, it's better off to just have one in the garage anyways, have an extinguisher, and just never have to worry about it. So perfectly fine. I've let the car warm up to like running temperature now. It's just been idling in the driveway for a couple minutes. I think we're good. I'm just gonna rip the Canadian Tire really quickly, grab that extinguisher just for my own mental health, and we can and then we can do some boosting and see how this thing holds up. I've never bought a fire extinguisher before. I don't even know where to look. I set you guys up with something that should be pretty cool, a little passenger side view. Never done this before, so I don't know how it's gonna work, so we're just kind of hoping for the best, hoping that you guys don't launch around. To smoke really bad. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm just gonna pull off once we get on the highway here and make sure that it's just it burning and it's not actually on fire. I know it's gonna do that. It has to go through a heat cycle, but like sitting at the lights there, it was like a cloud. Wow, it actually got a lot better. So maybe it was just the initial burn off. I don't know how much of the initial burn off you guys saw. Like when I first said I gotta pull over, it legit looked like I blew my rad, but it might be done with it now. Smoking a lot, and it is the turbo blanket. Let's just keep going. Unless I see flames, we should be all right. Get back on the road, boys. Sun's setting. The thing with this car is if you don't literally max out first gear, because we never swapped a tranny, second gear does not pull hard enough. So sometimes I shift like, you know, I'm not in a drag race and I don't bring it right to red line and bounce it before I shift. It doesn't pull the same if you don't max out first. That sounded so bad, dude. We literally just did a one-wheel peel. I dumped second and I just couldn't get traction. This is literally the spot where the BRZ committed T was taken. All right, this place is pretty good because there's usually never anybody here. I love it here. Honestly, I absolutely love it here. This is such a sick place to come and just be. Not even just to take photos, but just to be here. Like, just look at the Civ right now. Oh my God. Oh, she looks so good. Swap lenses, get set up for some photos. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of light here, so I'm here mainly for photos right now. I'm gonna slap some quick photos. It's perfect, it's golden hour. Sun's completely gone. We don't have much time until it is completely gone and it's dark out, so I'm gonna mess around, get the lenses swapped, get some stuff set up, take some photos. I'll catch back up with you guys. All right, I think that's gonna conclude the shoot. I'm gonna give you guys just a nice little scope of where we're at and how it is. I got you some wallpapers. I think I did a good job. I don't ever take wallpapers for you guys. I try to take my camera sideways and get some cool shots. I didn't get any video while we're out here. The sun is going down pretty quick. The battery's at 0. I would rather come back out another day when I'm like ready for it and do some videos for you guys, but I'm gonna give you guys a quick pan of where we're at, and then I'll catch you at home because the battery's almost dead. Okay, unfortunately I gotta give you guys the ghetto footage because I can't get in the garage right now. Turbo blanket seems to have lasted. It seems to have gone through its burn cycle. It didn't smoke at all on the way home, and I did, you know, boost just the same as I did there. Like, it's scorching hot in here right now. It was a hot ride there, a hot ride back. Heat wrap seems to be doing just fine. There's no like burn marks. My main concern was that there'd be burn marks on something, but there's no burn marks. Everything's fine. Turbo blanket still looks like a diaper. It's still way too big, but it seems to have held on there pretty good. I mean, I abused it to make sure. Shh, I'm filming. I abused it to make sure that, you know, like the little ring I put on there wouldn't pop off and kind of ruin everything, but seems to have worked fine. Now you have seen that a Wish turbo blanket and a Wish heat wrap don't set fire, which is the main thing I was worried about. I know that a lot of you guys didn't think it would from the get-go, but I was kind of worried about it. So 22 bucks for the turbo blanket, $13 I think for the heat wrap, although next time I would try and find a little bit more because $13 got me 5 meters, and 5 meters wrapped about a foot of downpipe. Yeah, I'm stoked it worked. It's another mod for the Civ. A lot of you guys are like, oh, the Civ's done now, like you painted it. I'm like, no, plenty to do. We still have so much to do to the Civ. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Peace out and stay committed.